your car suddenly will not go over 40 miles per hour. The engine feels capped, the transmission is stuck in one gear, and the check engine light is glowing. That is limp mode, and your car did it on purpose in order to protect itself. Here is how to reset it and what must be fixed first before you drive. Understand what limp mode actually is. Limp mode is not a malfunction. It is a protection strategy. When the computer detects a fault that could destroy the engine or transmission, it deliberately restricts power to get you home safely. RPM gets capped around 3,000, the transmission locks into second or third gear, and boost is cut on turbo engines. Every one of those restrictions is intentional. Look for the combination: a check engine light, sharply reduced power, and a transmission that will not shift normally. Some vehicles also display a wrench icon or a reduced power message. If your speedometer works fine but the car simply refuses to accelerate past a certain point, you are in limp mode rather than experiencing a mechanical failure. Scan for codes before resetting anything. This step is not optional. Limp mode is a symptom, not a problem. Resetting it without reading the code just guarantees it comes right back, usually within minutes. The stored code tells you exactly which system triggered the protection. Plug an OBD2 scanner into the diagnostic port under the dash on the driver's side. Pull all stored and pending codes and write every one of them down before clearing anything at all. Common limp mode triggers include transmission solenoid codes in the P0750 through P0770 range, boost pressure codes on turbocharged engines, electronic throttle body codes in the P2100 range, and mass airflow sensor codes. Also record the freeze frame data if your scanner supports it, since that captures the exact conditions when the fault occurred. A basic scanner costs $20 to $40 and pays for itself the very first time you use it. Reset Method 1. This is the simplest reset, and it works on many vehicles when the fault was momentary. The computer clears its temporary restriction after a full power-down cycle. Pull over safely and shut the engine completely off. Remove the key or press the start button until the vehicle is fully powered down. Wait a full 5 minutes so the modules lose their standby power. Restart the engine. If the fault was intermittent, normal power returns immediately. If limp mode comes back within a minute or two, the fault is still active and needs repair. Reset Method 2. Disconnecting the battery forces every module to lose power and clear its temporary memory. This is more thorough than a key cycle and clears stored adaptive values along with the limp mode flag. Turn the engine completely off and open the hood. Loosen the negative battery terminal with a wrench and remove the cable from the post. Tuck it well aside so it cannot accidentally contact the terminal. Wait a minimum of 15 minutes for the modules to fully discharge. Press and hold the brake pedal for about 30 seconds during that wait, which helps drain residual capacitance from the system faster. Reconnect and tighten the terminal properly. Note that this also resets your radio presets, clock, and power window auto settings, and some vehicles require a radio security code afterward. Reset Method 3. The cleanest method is clearing the codes directly with the scanner after the repair is done. This tells the computer the fault has been addressed and lets it return to normal operation without losing your other settings. With the ignition on and engine off, connect the scanner and select Clear Codes or Erase DTCs. Confirm the codes are gone by rescanning. Start the engine and drive normally. Watch whether the check engine light returns. Keep in mind that clearing codes also erases readiness monitors, so the vehicle may fail an emissions test until you complete a full drive cycle over the next few days. Fix the underlying fault first. This is the part that actually matters. Limp mode returns every single time until the root cause is repaired. Low or burnt transmission fluid is a very common trigger, and checking it is free. A dirty mass airflow sensor triggers limp mode regularly and cleans up with $6 of MAF cleaner spray. A loose or disconnected intake boot after a turbo causes boost faults instantly. Carbon buildup in the throttle body causes throttle position faults. Work through the code you pulled rather than guessing. Common triggers worth checking first. Start with the transmission fluid, since checking it is completely free, and it is one of the most frequent causes of limp mode. Pull the dipstick with the engine warm and running in park on level ground. Bright red and clear fluid is healthy. Dark brown or black fluid with a burnt smell means the transmission needs immediate service. Next, inspect the entire intake tract for a loose clamp or a split rubber boot, especially on turbocharged engines where even a small boost leak triggers limp mode instantly. Then, clean the mass airflow sensor using dedicated MAF cleaner spray, being careful never to touch the delicate sensing wires with anything. Finally, check for loose or corroded electrical connectors at the throttle body and at the transmission, since a poor connection produces exactly the same fault code as a completely failed part. When limp mode comes right back, if you reset the system and limp mode returns within a minute or two, the fault is active and continuous rather than intermittent. Do not simply keep resetting it over and over. Repeatedly clearing an active fault erases the freeze frame data that would actually help diagnose the underlying problem, and it does absolutely nothing to protect the drivetrain from damage. Drive the vehicle only as far as necessary to reach a safe location or a repair shop. Limp mode exists specifically because continuing to drive normally with that fault present could cause serious internal engine or transmission damage that costs many times more than the original repair ever would have. Some vehicles need a drive cycle. Clearing codes turns the light off, but the computer still needs to verify each system before it fully returns to normal operation. Until those checks complete, some vehicles hold a reduced power state or refuse to pass an emissions test even with no light showing. A typical drive cycle includes a cold start, several minutes of idling, steady highway cruising around 50 to 60 miles per hour, and some stop-and-go driving. The full sequence usually takes 20 to 40 minutes and often needs to be repeated across 2 or 3 separate trips. Your scanner can display readiness monitor status, showing which systems have completed their self-test and which are still pending. When to stop resetting and get help. There is a point where repeated resets stop being useful. If limp mode returns every time within minutes, the fault is continuous, and no amount of clearing will change that. If the codes point to internal transmission components, or if the vehicle sets multiple unrelated codes at once, the diagnosis has moved beyond basic tools. Reset once, and note how long normal operation lasts. Hours or days means an intermittent fault worth tracking with freeze frame data. Under a minute means an active hard fault. Multiple codes across different systems often point to a wiring or ground problem, rather than several failed parts at once, and that is worth having traced professionally before replacing anything expensive.